Well, hello, friends. Welcome to Microfinance Monday. This is a tortilla, but I've learned a lot about tortillas in the last 5 years or so, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about that in a little while. What I really wanted to talk about today, is this concept of community. So oftentimes when we're going into various neighborhoods to do our microfinance lending, we like to go into neighborhoods where we can fund a number of different women in a certain community or a certain neighborhood. And we got that advice from a guy named Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad, of course, is the sort of the godfather of microfinance lending. We've learned a lot from his teaching. And one of his concepts was that microfunded businesses, particularly women, they tend to be more successful when you can fund them as a part of a neighborhood or a community. And you can find several women, for example, in a certain neighborhood or a certain community that you can fund as a cooperative business, or just funding several women in the same neighborhood so they can help each other. Why is that important? Why does that help them to be more successful? Well, as you can imagine, many of these women have extremely difficult lives. They are often the victims of domestic abuse. Perhaps they have alcoholic or drug-addicted husbands. Maybe they don't have a husband at all. Often is the case where the husband has simply abandoned these marginalized women and their families. Honduras, for example, is one of the most dangerous places on earth to be a woman. A woman is murdered approximately one woman every 16 hours, if you can imagine that, is murdered in Honduras just for being a woman. And 95% of those murders are never investigated. Unthinkable. So anyway, these women are really in difficult conditions and they need support. And so when we can fund a number of women in one community, it's really, really good for them. They can help each other, they can support each other, they can encourage one another. If one of them is having a particularly difficult time, they can help each other out, come alongside each other. And the other reason is that oftentimes these ladies will be meeting and getting together in their little local churches. And so that a church-centric focus on micro-lending is something that's very important to us. It helps the church, it helps the pastors, and it serves as sort of ground zero for these little communities that we've gone into and invested in with our microfinance lending programs. That has been the case with one of our projects in a little community in Tutumbla. And there's a little church in Tutumbla called the Proverbs 4:23 Church. Hopefully you can see that. Obviously a very, very modest little church, a little tiny little wooden structure, but a vibrant, amazing church. Proverbs 4:23 Church. And Proverbs 4:23 is, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So this little church has adopted that as their go-to verse. And we've funded, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 little businesses in the Tutumbla area. All of these are women who go to this little church. And so that's been the case with one of our recently funded businesses, a woman named Suany. We funded her with a tortilla business last fall when we were down there. We've done a number of tortilla businesses. Suany was a woman who was abandoned by her husband. She has a 5-year-old daughter named Giselle. She's a great gal. She's a member of this little church. And is just a terrific, hardworking, determined lady. And we funded her with a very generous gift from a local Naperville family here. We funded Suany with a little microfinance loan. She started a tortilla business in the fall of last year. She's doing great. And it's been a wonderful blessing to her and her daughter, Giselle. So she's a part of this little community now. She can get together with these other ladies. They have fellowship, they have Bible study, and they really strengthen and encourage each other. So I just wanted to remind you today of the community and cooperative model that we use, and just to let you know that that's how we operate. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate you. We love you. We can't do this without you. If you are interested in being a part of our initiative to go into these little communities and provide investments for ladies to change them, change their families, change their communities, change their churches, change the world. If you're interested in doing that, I just want to encourage you to come alongside us. Check us out at carelinkfoundation.org to learn more about what we're up to, and I can teach you a thing or two about tortillas. All right? Bye for now. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon.